Crucial conversations, tools for talking when stakes are high. Introduction. Turning conflict into connection. How many times have you thought, if only I hadn't said that? One ill-chosen word, one moment of frustration, and a conversation spirals out of control, leaving relationships strained or opportunities missed. Crucial conversations, those high-stakes, emotionally charged discussions, can feel like walking through a minefield. Missteps are easy, and the consequences can be profound, impacting our careers, relationships, and personal peace. But what if you could transform these moments into powerful opportunities for connection and collaboration? What if instead of dreading conflict, you approached it with confidence, knowing you had the tools to navigate even the most volatile discussions? Crucial Conversations by Kerry, Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler provides exactly that. A practical, actionable guide to mastering the art of difficult conversations. In this book, the authors uncover the hidden dynamics of communication that often lead us astray. They reveal why gut reactions, though instinctive, frequently sabotage our interactions, and how emotional hijacking can derail even the best intentions. They explain why the wrong questions can shut down dialogue, while the right ones can open doors to understanding and collaboration. Through their research and experience, they offer a proven framework for turning tension-filled exchanges into productive and meaningful conversations. Crucial conversations are universal. Whether you're broaching a sensitive topic with a loved one, giving feedback to a colleague, or navigating a disagreement with a boss, these situations test your communication skills and emotional intelligence. The good news is that these skills can be learned and practiced. This book equips you with strategies to remain calm under pressure, speak with clarity, and foster an environment of mutual respect and safety. The author's methods are grounded in decades of research, real-world examples, and practical exercises. Their approach isn't just about resolving conflict, it's about building trust, strengthening relationships, and creating outcomes where everyone feels heard and valued. Imagine confidently addressing the issues you once avoided, speaking your truth without alienating others, and leaving conversations feeling respected and understood. This journey begins by understanding why we fail at crucial conversations and how to break free from destructive patterns. It then delves into the questions we should and shouldn't ask, the art of creating psychological safety, and the steps to mastering dialogue when stakes are high. Are you ready to take charge of the conversations that shape your life? Let Crucial Conversations guide you through the minefields of conflict and show you how to turn them into bridges of connection. The tools and insights you'll gain will not only improve your conversations, but also transform your relationships and your ability to influence the world around you. Let's begin. If you're enjoying this audiobook summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest incisive audiobook projects. Chapter 1. Why Gut Instincts Can Lead Conversations Astray. When tensions rise, our instincts kick in. It's a biological reaction honed over millennia to protect us in moments of perceived threat. But while gut instincts might serve us well when fleeing a predator or reacting in physical danger, they often betray us in conversations. Why? Because what feels natural, reacting emotionally, defensively, or aggressively, can derail crucial conversations and worsen already fragile dynamics. At the core of this problem lies the interplay between emotion and communication. Crucial conversations are defined by their high stakes, strong emotions, and varying opinions. They occur in personal and professional settings alike. Confronting a partner about a sensitive issue, addressing a colleague's repeated mistakes, or asking for a long overdue promotion. In these moments, emotions often overrule logic, and our first instinct is to either lash out or retreat into silence. Both approaches spell trouble. The problem with emotional hijacking. Imagine this. You're frustrated at work because a team member has consistently failed to deliver their portion of a project on time, causing delays for everyone. After another missed deadline, you confront them. Your gut tells you to vent your frustration. Why can't you ever finish on time? Do you even care about this project? The words spill out, and while they may express how you feel, they don't pave the way for a solution. Instead, your colleague feels attacked, becomes defensive, and the conversation spirals into conflict. This scenario exemplifies how our instincts can sabotage our intentions. Acting on gut impulses often escalates tension rather than resolving it. The authors of Crucial Conversations emphasize that successful communication requires stepping back from our emotions and approaching discussions with intentionality and clarity. But how do we override deeply ingrained instincts? Start with self-observation. The first step is cultivating self-awareness, a skill the authors call self-observation. This involves pausing in the heat of the moment to reflect on your feelings, motivations, and goals. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What is my ultimate goal in this conversation? How can I communicate in a way that moves us toward that goal? Returning to the workplace scenario, your immediate feeling might be anger and frustration. But when you step back, you realize your ultimate goal isn't to vent. It's to address the missed deadlines and find a path forward. Armed with this clarity, you can choose a more constructive approach. I've noticed a few deadlines have been missed recently, and I'd like to understand what's causing the delays. How can I support you in meeting the timeline moving forward? This shift in tone fosters dialogue rather than defensiveness, creating space for resolution. Mastering emotional regulation. Managing emotions during high-stakes conversations isn't easy, but it's a skill that can be developed. The authors suggest starting with techniques like breathing exercises. Take a moment to focus on slow, deep breaths. This helps calm your physiological response to stress. Reframing. Instead of viewing the conversation as a battle, see it as an opportunity to collaborate and solve a problem together. Reminding yourself of the bigger picture. Ask, what outcome do I truly want from this interaction? These techniques enable you to move from reaction to response, a deliberate, thoughtful approach that sets the stage for productive dialogue. The counterproductive cycle. Another reason gut instincts fail is that they often trigger a counterproductive cycle of attack and defense. When you lash out, the other person's instincts are likely to mirror yours. They may become defensive, deflect blame, or counterattack. This dynamic leaves both parties further entrenched in their positions, with little progress made. Consider the Dunkin' Donuts example from the introduction. Yelling at the employee for getting your coffee order wrong might feel momentarily satisfying, but it's unlikely to result in your desired outcome. In fact, it may make the employee less motivated to fix the mistake. On the other hand, calmly explaining the issue and politely asking for a resolution increases the likelihood of cooperation. By managing your initial emotional impulse, you shift the dynamic from conflict to collaboration. Choosing a constructive path. The foundation of successful, crucial conversations lies in recognizing the limitations of instinctive reactions and replacing them with intentional strategies. Self-observation and emotional regulation allow you to identify your true goals and approach the discussion in a way that fosters mutual understanding. Instead of viewing the conversation as a contest to win, you can focus on finding solutions that benefit all parties. In moments of tension, pause and reflect. Is my gut reaction helping or hurting the situation? Am I prioritizing my immediate feelings over my long-term goals? By choosing a constructive path, you take the first step toward mastering crucial conversations and turning conflict into connection. If you're enjoying this audiobook summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest incisive audiobook projects. Chapter 2: The Conversations That Fail Us. What Not to Do. In high-stakes discussions, the questions we ask can either open doors to understanding or slam them shut. Conversations are fragile ecosystems, and just as the wrong word can spark conflict, the wrong type of question can derail dialogue before it even begins. This chapter explores the 4 types of questions that harm communication: leading, vague, negative, and compound, and how to avoid them. The peril of leading questions. Leading questions are designed to nudge the respondent toward a specific answer, often revealing the asker's bias. For example, asking, "You don't think this plan will work, do you?" subtly pressures the listener to agree, even if they might not truly believe it. Such questions undermine the integrity of a conversation by manipulating the other person's response, consciously or unconsciously. Why are leading questions so problematic? First, they stifle genuine dialogue. When people feel guided or coerced into agreeing, they may provide superficial answers rather than expressing their true thoughts. Second, they can sow doubt and confusion, especially when the question challenges someone's memory, perspective, or confidence. Imagine asking a colleague, "Are you sure you're ready for this presentation? You don't seem prepared." Even if they felt ready before, such a question plants the seed of self-doubt, undermining their confidence and the potential for collaboration. The alternative to leading questions is to pose open-ended ones that invite authentic responses. Instead of, "You don't think this plan will work, do you?" ask, "What's your perspective on this plan? Do you see any areas where we could improve it?" The trap of vague questions. Vague questions are another common conversational misstep. They lack clarity and specificity, making it difficult for the other person to provide a meaningful answer. Consider asking, "What's your opinion on this project?" This question is so broad that it can be overwhelming, leading to a generic or incomplete response. The issue with vague questions is that they fail to focus the conversation. The respondent is left guessing what the asker truly wants to know, which can lead to frustration or misunderstandings. In crucial conversations, where emotions are often heightened, this lack of clarity can escalate tension rather than fostering resolution. To avoid vagueness, be precise in your wording. Instead of, "What's your opinion on this project?" ask, "How do you feel about the timeline for this project? Are there any specific areas where you think we might face challenges?" The confusion of negative questions. Negative questions rely on convoluted phrasing, often involving double negatives that make them difficult to interpret. For example, asking, "Am I not correct in assuming that you haven't disagreed with this proposal before?" forces the listener to untangle the question's layers before formulating an answer. Such questions can confuse even the most attentive listener, derailing the conversation and leading to misunderstandings. Worse, they can make the asker seem insincere or confrontational, as though they are setting a trap for the respondent. To ensure clarity, avoid negative constructions and prioritize straightforward phrasing. Instead of the confusing example above, ask, "Have you agreed with this proposal in the past, or do you have concerns about it?" The overload of compound questions. Compound questions ask multiple things at once, overwhelming the listener and diluting the conversation's focus. For instance, a manager might ask, "Why was the report late, and what are you going to do to ensure it doesn't happen again?" While the intention may be clear, the question demands answers to two distinct issues, which can cause confusion or incomplete responses. Compound questions often create a bottleneck in the conversation. The listener may address one part of the question while neglecting the other, leaving the asker frustrated and the issue unresolved. Additionally, if the tone is accusatory, compound questions can make the listener feel cornered, increasing defensiveness. To avoid this pitfall, break compound questions into smaller, more manageable parts. Begin with, "Can you explain what caused the delay with the report?" Once that issue is clarified, follow up with, "What steps can we take to ensure we meet deadlines in the future?" Recognizing and avoiding questioning pitfalls. The wrong type of question, whether leading, vague, negative, or compound, can derail even the most well-intentioned conversation. These pitfalls arise from our natural tendencies to seek control, avoid confrontation, or simplify complex issues. However, recognizing these tendencies allows us to reframe our approach and ask questions that encourage dialogue rather than shutting it down. The power of intentionally. In crucial conversations, the questions you ask should reflect intentionally and respect. They should invite the other person into the discussion as an equal participant, fostering an atmosphere of collaboration and mutual understanding. To achieve this, focus on the following. Clarity. Be specific and direct in your questions. Neutrality. Avoid embedding your opinions or assumptions in the question. Focus. Address one issue at a time to prevent confusion or overload. Empathy. Frame questions in a way that shows you value the other person's perspective. By avoiding the traps of leading, vague, negative, and compound questions, you can set the stage for productive and meaningful dialogue. Remember, the goal of a crucial conversation is not to win, but to find mutual understanding and solutions. Asking the right questions is the first step toward achieving that goal. Chapter 3: Asking the Right Questions, Unlocking Meaningful Dialogue. If questions can derail a conversation, they can also be the key to its success. Crucial conversations are defined by their intensity, emotional stakes, and potential for misunderstanding. In such moments, the right questions can diffuse tension, foster understanding, and guide both parties toward a productive outcome. Discover the art of asking questions that unlock meaningful dialogue, ensuring that both participants feel respected and heard. Why questions matter in crucial conversations. Questions are not just tools for gathering information, they are also powerful vehicles for connection. The right question signals that you are genuinely interested in the other person's thoughts, feelings, and perspective. It shows that you value their input and are willing to engage collaboratively, even in challenging circumstances. This approach aligns with one of the core principles of crucial conversations: creating safety. When people feel safe, they are more likely to open up, share their true feelings, and work toward a resolution. Conversely, when they feel judged, dismissed, or cornered, they are more likely to shut down or react defensively. The questions you ask can make the difference between a conversation that succeeds and one that fails. The elements of good questions. To unlock the potential of a crucial conversation, your questions should be: 1. Open-ended. These questions invite detailed responses rather than simple yes or no answers. For example, instead of asking, "Are you okay with the plan?" ask, "What do you think about the plan? Are there any concerns or suggestions you'd like to share?" 2. Neutral. Avoid questions that impose your opinions or assumptions. Instead of, "Don't you think this approach is better?" ask, "What do you see as the strengths or weaknesses of this approach?" 3. Specific. Narrowly focused questions help direct the conversation while avoiding vagueness. For example, "How do you feel about the timeline for this project?" is more effective than, "What are your thoughts on this?" 4. Respectful. The tone and wording of your questions should convey empathy and a willingness to understand. Building dialogue with the 5 W's and H. The classic journalism framework, who, what, where, when, why, and how, can also be applied to conversations. These prompts are designed to elicit specific and meaningful responses. Consider how they can transform an interaction. Who? Who do you think should be involved in resolving this issue? What? What challenges are you facing with this task? Where? Where do you see the biggest gaps in communication? When? When would be the best time to implement these changes? Why? Why do you feel this approach is the most effective? How? How do you suggest we move forward to address this concern? Using these prompts ensures that the conversation remains focused, collaborative, and constructive. The role of curiosity. Genuine curiosity is one of the most effective tools in a crucial conversation. When you approach a discussion with the mindset of seeking to understand rather than to win, your questions naturally become more thoughtful and engaging. For example, if a colleague expresses frustration about a project, instead of dismissing their concerns or jumping to conclusions, you might ask, "Can you tell me more about what's bothering you? I want to understand your perspective." Curiosity not only deepens understanding, but also reduces defensiveness. People are more likely to share openly when they sense that you are truly interested in their perspective rather than trying to prove a point. Adapting questions to emotional states. In high-stakes conversations, emotions often run high. Asking the right question requires sensitivity to the other person's emotional state. For instance, if someone is visibly upset, starting with a probing question like, "Why did this happen?" might escalate their frustration. Instead, consider an empathetic approach, such as, "I can see this has been really stressful for you. Can we talk about what's been happening and how I can help? Acknowledging emotions before diving into problem solving builds trust and creates a foundation for productive dialogue. Creating an environment of psychological safety. One of the key themes in crucial conversations is the importance of psychological safety, the sense that it is safe to speak openly without fear of judgment or reprisal. Questions play a crucial role in creating this environment. For example, validate the other person's experience. I can see this is important to you. Can you help me understand it better? Invite collaboration. What steps can we take together to address this issue? Acknowledge shared goals. How can we work toward a solution that works for both of us? These types of questions demonstrate that you value the other person's input and are committed to working together. Avoiding the loaded question trap. Even well-intentioned questions can go awry if they contain subtle judgments or assumptions. For example, asking, "Why didn't you follow through on the plan?" might feel accusatory, even if that wasn't your intent. A better alternative might be, "I noticed the plan wasn't fully implemented. Can you walk me through what happened?" This phrasing invites discussion without assigning blame. Practicing intentionally in conversations. The art of asking the right questions is rooted in intentionally, thinking carefully about what you hope to achieve and how your words will be received. Before entering a crucial conversation, take a moment to reflect. What is the purpose of this conversation? How can I phrase my questions to encourage openness and collaboration? How can I create a safe and respectful environment? By practicing this level of awareness, you can transform conversations from adversarial encounters into opportunities for connection and understanding. From questions to action. Good questions are not an end in themselves, but a bridge to meaningful action. They help uncover the root causes of issues, clarify goals, and identify solutions that work for everyone. As you refine your ability to ask thoughtful, intentional questions, you'll find that even the most challenging conversations become more manageable and even transformative. The right questions don't just resolve conflicts, they build trust, strengthen relationships, and create pathways to shared success. By mastering this skill, you empower yourself to navigate crucial conversations with clarity, compassion, and confidence. If you're enjoying this audiobook summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest incisive audiobook projects. Chapter 4. Creating Psychological Safety, the Foundation of Crucial Conversations. In every crucial conversation, emotions run high, stakes are significant, and opinions often clash. These moments can feel like a battlefield, with participants retreating into silence or launching verbal attacks. Yet, for a conversation to succeed, there must be an atmosphere where all parties feel safe to express their thoughts and emotions. This chapter explores the concept of psychological safety and its role in transforming conflict into collaboration. What is psychological safety? Psychological safety is the sense of trust and respect that allows people to share their thoughts openly without fear of judgment, ridicule, or retaliation. When safety is present, participants feel valued and understood, even in moments of disagreement. When it's absent, the conversation devolves into silence, aggression, or miscommunication. In crucial conversations, the authors emphasize that creating safety is not optional. It is the foundation upon which productive dialogue is built. Without it, even the most skillfully posed questions or carefully chosen words will fail to achieve meaningful results. The signs of a lack of safety. Before you can create psychological safety, it's important to recognize when it's missing. Key indicators include silence. The other person avoids sharing their true thoughts or disengages from the conversation entirely. Aggression. Tensions escalate, leading to defensiveness, raised voices, or personal attacks. Stonewalling. Participants become unresponsive or refuse to engage further. These behaviors often arise because one or more participants feel threatened or undervalued. The solution lies in fostering an environment of mutual respect and understanding. The two pillars of safety: mutual respect and mutual purpose. Psychological safety rests on two pillars: Mutual respect and mutual purpose. Mutual respect. Respect is the currency of human interaction. Without it, people feel dismissed or attacked, and communication breaks down. Demonstrating respect involves valuing the other person's perspective, even when you disagree, and avoiding behaviors that belittle or demean. Mutual purpose. Conversations thrive when participants feel aligned toward a common goal. Establishing mutual purpose means clarifying what both parties want to achieve and ensuring that the conversation remains focused on that shared objective. For example, in a workplace setting, if a manager and an employee are discussing performance issues, mutual purpose might involve improving outcomes without compromising the employee's dignity. Acknowledging this shared goal helps keep the conversation constructive. Techniques for creating safety. 1. Start with heart. Before entering a crucial conversation, reflect on your own intentions. Are you genuinely seeking resolution, or are you looking to prove a point or assign blame? Starting with the right mindset sets the tone for a respectful and productive discussion. 2. Apologize when necessary. If safety has been compromised, perhaps because of a harsh comment or misunderstanding, you don't hesitate to apologize. A sincere apology can quickly repair trust and re-establish mutual respect. For example, saying, "I realize my tone earlier may have come across as dismissive, and I'm sorry for that. Let's reset," can help rebuild safety. 3. Clarify intentions. Misunderstandings often arise when intentions are unclear. If the other person seems defensive, take a moment to clarify your purpose. For instance, you might say, "I'm not trying to place blame. I just want to understand what happened so we can find a solution together." This reassurance helps diffuse tension. 4. Use contrasting statements. Contrasting involves acknowledging potential misunderstandings while clarifying what you mean. For example, "I'm not saying you're bad at your job. I'm saying this specific issue needs attention because it's affecting the team." This technique helps eliminate ambiguity and prevents misinterpretation. 5. Ask for feedback. Inviting the other person's input can foster a sense of collaboration and respect. Questions like, "How do you think we can resolve this?" or "What do you need from me to feel supported?" show that you value their perspective. Navigating emotional reactions. In high-stakes conversations, emotions can flare up, threatening safety. Responding to these moments with empathy and composure is crucial. Acknowledge emotions. Recognize and validate the other person's feelings. For example, "I can see that this situation is frustrating for you. Let's talk about what's causing the frustration." This acknowledgement shows that you care about their emotional experience. Pause when needed. If emotions escalate, take a moment to breathe and regroup. A brief pause allows both parties to regain composure and refocus on the conversation's purpose. Rebuilding safety when it's lost. Even in the best circumstances, safety can be compromised. When this happens, it's important to address the issue directly and work to rebuild trust. 1. Acknowledge the breakdown. If the conversation has derailed, name the issue. For instance, "It feels like we're both getting defensive. Can we pause and come back to this with a fresh perspective?" 2. Recommit to mutual purpose. Remind both parties of the shared goal. "We both want to find a solution that works. Let's refocus on that." 3. Reinforce respect. If the other person feels disrespected, reaffirm your appreciation for their contributions. "I value your perspective, and I want to make sure we both feel heard." The role of empathy in safety. Empathy is the cornerstone of psychological safety. By putting yourself in the other person's shoes, you can better understand their concerns and respond with compassion. Empathy doesn't mean agreeing with everything they say. It means acknowledging their perspective as valid and worthy of consideration. Why safety transforms conversations. When people feel safe, they are more likely to share openly, listen attentively, and collaborate effectively. Safety creates the foundation for dialogue that is not only productive but transformative. It turns conflict into connection, misunderstandings into clarity, and disagreement into shared solutions. By mastering the art of creating psychological safety, you equip yourself with one of the most powerful tools for navigating crucial conversations. In the next chapter, we will explore how to build on this foundation by mastering techniques for steering discussions toward resolution and mutual success. Chapter 5. Steering Conversations Toward Resolution. Psychological safety lays the foundation for a constructive dialogue, but achieving resolution requires active steering. In high-stakes conversations, emotions, competing priorities, and misunderstandings can still derail progress. This chapter explores techniques for guiding conversations toward meaningful resolution, ensuring that all parties leave the table with clarity, respect, and actionable outcomes. The role of intentional dialogue. Resolution doesn't happen by chance. It requires intentional effort and structure. In crucial conversations, it's easy to get sidetracked by emotional detours or irrelevant details. To avoid this, you must guide the conversation with purpose and focus. The authors of Crucial Conversations emphasize that staying on course involves balancing two key elements: maintaining mutual respect and driving toward clear outcomes. Techniques for staying focused. 1. Define the purpose early. Every conversation should begin with a clear statement of its purpose. For example, if you're discussing a missed deadline with a colleague, you might start by saying, "I want to understand what caused the delay and work together on a plan to prevent it in the future." This frames the conversation constructively, signaling that the goal is collaboration, not blame. 2. Acknowledge progress. As the discussion unfolds, take moments to acknowledge areas of agreement or steps forward. For example, "I'm glad we both agree that communication needs improvement. Let's build on that." Recognizing progress helps maintain momentum and reinforces the shared goal of resolution. Redirect emotional detours. Emotions can hijack a conversation, pulling it off course. When this happens, gently redirect the focus. For instance, if the other person becomes defensive, you might say, "I understand this is frustrating. Let's focus on what we can do to improve things moving forward." Mastering the art of listening. Guiding a conversation isn't just about speaking effectively, it's also about listening actively. The authors highlight that listening with genuine curiosity can uncover underlying issues and pave the way for resolution. Listen for meaning, not just words. Pay attention to both what is said and what is left unsaid. Nonverbal cues, tone, and emotions often reveal deeper concerns that need addressing. Reflect and validate. Paraphrase what the other person has said to show understanding and ensure clarity. For example, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed by the project timeline. Is that correct?" Ask probing questions. Use open-ended questions to delve deeper. For instance, "Can you help me understand what support you need to meet future deadlines?" Navigating disagreements with respect. Disagreement is inevitable in crucial conversations, but it doesn't have to derail progress. The key is to approach differences with respect and curiosity rather than defensiveness or aggression. 1. Separate people from problems. Focus on the issue at hand rather than personal attributes. Instead of saying, "You always miss deadlines," frame it as, "This project's timeline wasn't met. Let's discuss what happened and how we can address it." 2. Find common ground. Even in disagreements, there are often shared values or goals. Highlight these to build a sense of collaboration. For example, "We both want the project to succeed. Let's explore how we can work together to make that happen." 3. Reframe conflict as opportunity. Disagreements can lead to creative solutions if approached constructively. Encourage brainstorming and collaborative problem-solving to find win-win outcomes. Creating clear action plans. Resolution isn't complete without actionable next steps. A conversation that ends without clarity on who will do what and by when is likely to result in frustration and repeated conflicts. 1. Summarize agreements. Before concluding the conversation, summarize the key points of agreement. For example, "So, we've agreed that you'll provide weekly updates on progress, and I'll be available for additional support if needed." 2. Define responsibilities. Clearly outline who is responsible for each action. Ambiguity can lead to misunderstandings and missed opportunities. For example, I'll send a follow-up email outlining the updated timeline, and you'll confirm by Friday whether the new plan works. 3. Set deadlines. Concrete timelines create accountability and ensure follow-through. For instance, let's check in 2 weeks from now to see how the new process is working. The power of follow-up. Resolution doesn't end when the conversation does. Following up is crucial to reinforce commitments, address lingering issues, and maintain trust. The authors suggest scheduling a brief check-in after the initial conversation to review progress and make adjustments as needed. For example, if you've discussed improving team communication, a follow-up might involve asking, "How has the new communication plan been working for you? Are there any additional changes we should consider?" This demonstrates your commitment to the agreed-upon goals and keeps the lines of communication open. Building a culture of resolution. The strategies for steering conversations toward resolution are not just tools for individual interactions. They can transform entire teams, families, or organizations. When these techniques are practiced consistently, they create a culture where open, respectful dialogue becomes the norm. This culture fosters trust, collaboration, and continuous improvement, reducing the frequency and intensity of conflicts. Why resolution matters. At the heart of every crucial conversation lies the opportunity for growth, whether it's improving a relationship, strengthening a team, or solving a pressing problem. Steering conversations toward resolution ensures that these opportunities are not wasted. It empowers individuals to address challenges constructively, turning potential conflict into a platform for connection and progress. By mastering the art of guiding dialogue with focus, empathy, and intentionally, you can transform even the most difficult conversations into moments of clarity and collaboration. In the next chapter, we will explore how to solidify these practices into a sustainable framework for personal and professional success. Chapter 6. Building a lifelong framework for successful conversations. Crucial conversations are not one-off events. They are an integral part of life. Whether you're negotiating at work, resolving conflicts at home, or addressing misunderstandings with friends, these high-stakes discussions shape your relationships, reputation, and personal growth. To ensure long-term success, it's essential to embed the principles and strategies of crucial conversations into your daily interactions, creating a sustainable framework for navigating life's most challenging moments. The foundation of a lifelong framework. Successful conversations are built on a foundation of self-awareness, intentionality, and mutual respect. As we've explored throughout this book, the ability to engage in productive dialogue depends on your willingness to recognize your emotions and manage them effectively, create a safe environment where all parties feel heard and valued, focus on mutual goals, and work collaboratively toward resolution. By practicing these principles consistently, you can transform not only your conversations, but also your relationships and the way you approach challenges. The role of reflection in continuous improvement. Mastery of crucial conversations doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice and reflection. After every important discussion, take time to evaluate your performance. Ask yourself, did I remain calm and composed even when emotions ran high? Did I create an environment of psychological safety? Did I ask open-ended and respectful questions? Did I work collaboratively to achieve a clear resolution? By reflecting on your successes and areas for improvement, you can identify patterns and refine your approach for future conversations. Developing emotional agility. Emotional agility is the ability to navigate difficult emotions with grace and adaptability. It's a cornerstone of successful conversations and a skill that grows with practice. To cultivate emotional agility, consider the following strategies. Pause before reacting. When you feel an emotional surge, take a moment to breathe and collect your thoughts. Name your emotions. Identifying what you're feeling, anger, frustration, fear, helps you gain control over your reactions. Reframe challenges. View difficult conversations as opportunities to strengthen relationships rather than as threats to avoid. Embedding key practices into daily life. The principles of crucial conversations are not limited to high-stakes moments. They can improve everyday interactions as well. Practice these strategies in low-stakes situations to build confidence and competence. Start with curiosity. Approach routine conversations with genuine interest in the other person's perspective. Focus on mutual purpose. Even in small disagreements, emphasize shared goals to maintain harmony. Practice asking better questions. Replace yes or no queries with open-ended ones that encourage deeper dialogue. By making these practices a regular part of your interactions, you'll be better prepared when crucial conversations arise. Building a culture of open dialogue. The ability to navigate crucial conversations doesn't just benefit individuals. It can transform teams, families, and organizations. When you model respectful and effective communication, you inspire others to do the same. Over time, this creates a culture of open dialogue where problems are addressed constructively, trust is strengthened, and collaboration thrives. To build this culture, encourage others to adopt the principles of crucial conversations. Share these practices with your team, family, or community, and work together to create an environment where every voice is heard and valued. The long-term benefits of mastery. Mastering crucial conversations has far-reaching benefits that extend beyond resolving conflicts. By practicing these principles, you can enhance your relationships. Effective communication fosters trust, understanding, and deeper connections. Strengthen your leadership. The ability to navigate tough discussions is a hallmark of great leaders. Improve decision-making. Collaborative dialogue leads to better, more informed decisions. Reduce stress. Addressing issues directly and constructively minimizes anxiety and uncertainty. Achieve personal growth. Each conversation is an opportunity to develop resilience, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Turning knowledge into action. The lessons of crucial conversations are only valuable if they're put into action. Start by committing to small, incremental changes in the way you approach difficult discussions. Over time, these changes will become habits, and those habits will transform your ability to navigate high-stakes conversations with confidence and ease. Final reflection. As you embark on this journey, remember that crucial conversations are not about winning or proving a point. They're about building bridges, solving problems, and strengthening relationships. The tools and strategies outlined in this book empower you to approach every interaction with clarity, compassion, and intentionally. Life is full of opportunities to connect, learn, and grow through dialogue. Whether at work, at home, or in the world at large, your ability to navigate crucial conversations will determine the quality of your relationships and the impact you have on those around you. Embrace these principles, practice them daily, and watch as your conversations and your life are transformed. Conclusion: mastering the art of crucial conversations. At the heart of every crucial conversation lies the opportunity for transformation, of conflicts into collaboration, misunderstandings into clarity, and tension into trust. The tools and principles outlined in crucial conversations offer not just strategies for navigating high-stakes discussions, but a pathway to deeper, more meaningful connections in every area of life. The power of communication. We've all experienced the fallout of a conversation gone wrong. Misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and unresolved conflicts leave lasting scars, eroding relationships and opportunities. But what if, instead of fearing these moments, we saw them as opportunities? Crucial conversations provide a chance to bring hidden issues to light, build bridges across divides, and create solutions that honor everyone involved. Mastering these conversations requires intentionally. It means choosing respect over reaction, curiosity over judgment, and collaboration over competition. While it may not always be easy, the rewards are profound. Stronger relationships, improved outcomes, and a sense of confidence that you can handle even the most challenging situations. The key principles revisited. Throughout this journey, we've explored the foundational elements of effective communication. Self-awareness. Recognizing your emotions and understanding how they influence your responses. Psychological safety. Creating an environment where all parties feel respected and valued. Intentional questions. Asking open-ended, respectful questions that foster dialogue rather than defensiveness. Mutual purpose. Aligning around shared goals to guide the conversation toward resolution. Focused action. Concluding with clear, actionable steps to ensure progress. These principles are not limited to crucial moments. They are the building blocks of a life defined by meaningful, effective communication. Moving forward. The true power of crucial conversations lies not in its theory, but in its practice. It invites you to apply its lessons daily, turning every interaction into an opportunity for connection and understanding. The next time you face a difficult discussion, ask yourself, am I focused on the outcome I truly want, or am I reacting emotionally? Have I created an environment of respect and safety? Am I listening with curiosity and seeking to understand? Are we working collaboratively toward a shared solution? By bringing these questions into your conversations, you'll not only improve the outcome of each discussion, but also grow as a communicator, leader, and partner. A life transformed by dialogue. Imagine a life where misunderstandings are met with clarity, conflicts with collaboration, and disagreements with trust. By mastering the art of crucial conversations, you're not just improving your ability to communicate, you're enhancing the quality of your relationships, your decisions, and your life. As the authors remind us, conflict is inevitable, but how we handle it is a choice. With the tools and principles of crucial conversations, you can approach every discussion with confidence, grace, and the knowledge that even the most difficult moments hold the potential for growth and connection. The question now is, how will you begin? Will you shy away from the next crucial conversation, or will you seize the opportunity to make it transformative? The choice, as always, is yours. The tools are in your hands. Use them well, and watch as your conversations and your relationships are transformed. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this audiobook summary, we'd love for you to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our newest projects. Dive into our collection of insightful audiobook summaries and uncover more transformative ideas to inspire your journey. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.